So this is called the druplet, which has Christ at dead center, which has love at dead center. Now I feel led to preach on the famous letters, the Lord, because the Lord has Father at dead center with the TD 24 bookends. So very similar. And I was preaching on druplets before. I didn't know the official scientific name for them when I was eating blackberries earlier today. I was calling them bubbles, bubble shaped no less. But druplet is a gorgeous set of letters which has love at the dead center, the UPEL 54, and then flanked in the famous RE, which is I am. So druplet is just like the 6 letters Christ at the dead center. Remember, Christ, the bookends of Christ equals I am. And then the 4 center letters of Christ equals love. So that's what you're staring at the dead center of the word druplet. At the dead center of druplet is Christ, and the tighter center is love. Druplet equals Christ. It has plus 24 bonus. Okay, offsets of 3s flanking. Isn't that amazing? And the Lord has Father at the dead center of the TD. But that's a word that really goes to blackberries and raspberries alone, like more than any other usage of the word. So you can see from some educational site here, yeah, they even have a picture of blackberries. There, everyone, we had these today in the sovereignty of God, and druplet. But the letters druplet has love at the dead center, Christ at the dead center. So every blackberry is from Christ. He created them all together with God the Father. Oh boy. Not really, that's a bit exaggerated. So, and the word druplet comes from the Latin, which means overripe olive, comes from drupe. Oh, which comes from the Greek word for olive, so something round. Drupa, which is the Greek word for olive. Drupa, overripe olive, from the Greek olive. Oh, cool. So a druplet. It's called a druplet because it resembles the roundness of the olive. So blackberry drupelets. But the sovereignty of Christ. Man, now you want to dig into all your old science terms. Like I see the word carp, parallels I am, and then all these will just add more glory to that pile. It all ends in carp, which is I am. Druplet, that's amazing. Of course, it reminds you of the word droplet, which is the same mathematically, but droplet does not have the second E. Now it does contain love in the center, the word rope, and then happy, and then. But druplet is very special for fruit and berries. Okay. Well, there you go. Awesome word. Other gems, I had a revelation from the Lord that my birth date parallels I am every component. The second day of the second month, 1982, every component parallels I am. And that's why I'm very happy to be hunting in the B's, because B equals 2. And we're scooping up some of the greatest gems in history. And by the way, the word computer is I am plus 24, I am plus 18, I am. It's a triple I am. Comp, ut, ver. Triple I am construct and other such revelations. Computing with God, communing with God, other revelations that we've had. But this is awesome. Druplet. So there's your love. There's your I am love, which equals Christ, and the rest is bonus 3s, nicely to TD. Just like in the Lord you have Father, the dead center. In druplet you have Christ in the center with TD flanking. Amazing, awesome God. Man, you just want to stay here and just like learn a few more words and find more names of God and all this stuff. We've solved these before, but everyone cares most about the fruit. So druplet is Christ plus 24 is fruit plus 27. Jesus equals fruit. Also known as the flesh, which parallels I am. Amazing. God's sovereignty over words. Alright. Isn't that touching though that druplet has love at the dead center? And that's what you eat when you eat the berries. And look at the love in the center. It's the L is L, the O differs from a U by 6, and then a P differs from a V by 6. And those are king offsets. So this upal is screaming out L, O, V, E. Here's your L, E, and then these two letters offset by 6s from the O and the V in love. So this equals love. RE is famous for 23, I am. So there's your I am love equals Christ at the dead center of druplet. Done. Every raspberry and blackberry druplet in the history of the universe has been identified for God and Christ, who is God. You can poke into all these names and dig them up, and ooh, there's sun at the dead center of receptacle. So you have I am sun, and then LE is God. L. It's so stunning. So you have I am sun at the front of there, I am holy then, and I am all this other stuff, but druplet, there you go. Well, tons more to come, my goodness. Peduncle, of course it's called the peduncle. There's your 39 plus, there's your love right there, plus 26. Aha! Peduncle equals love God perfectly, and I just split it apart. Peduncle equals love God equals 80. Equals Christ plus 6, or Christ plus 3, and Jesus plus 8. Amazing. But go to the center, the UN parallels I am. Peduncle. Peduncle. And then 21, 24, 45. Beautiful. Cool. Seed, sepal. A lot of these parallel I am, like peduncle, sepal, druplet. Makes you want to eat these guys, doesn't it? Like, there's so much nutrition in one druplet of a blackberry or a raspberry that it just puts all these modified foods to shame. Wonderful. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Or one word actually is worth 1,000 pictures, more appropriately. The words are king. Does it talk about druplets anymore on other things? I don't know, I think it's mostly berries. Even the word globule parallels I am. And that, in fact, that puts the BU near the center, which is 23. And then what's left on globule? 27, 39. Oh my gosh, globule equals Jesus. Equals great I am. So there's another one for us. Globule equals Jesus equals great I am. And here's the I am. And the rest equals great. 51 perfectly. Phenomenal. Done. Okay, so this parallels I am. Just like, see, you stare at this stuff. DRUPELET. DRUPELET. In fact, there's a lot of, like, this is I am, droop. This is I am, droop, L, and then this is a double I am, et. So this is I am plus 78, and this is I am plus 51. Drupelet. Amazing. Globule. Flawless. And the word sphere comes to mind. The word sphere and circle are both parallel I am as well, and they both contain the RE. Very obvious. 50, 71. A sphere, a circle, and then and of course the simplest word of all is very parallels I am. So all these globule, dropulet. The word do parallels I am. It's I am plus 9. Well, thank Christ today for every berry you've ever eaten. Thank the great I am. So just make sure I've studied all these words. Yeah, we got that. Pericarp, that's another easy one. There's the I am. 33 plus another 30. It's just flaws, drupelet, stamen we've solved. We solved all these words before. Drupelet. Drupelet. Is that how you pronounce it? Drupelet, I'm sure.
Drupelet.
Drupelet. Just drupelet. Drupelet. Now what happens when you pluralize that? What does the whole value become? Oh, it becomes 120 perfectly. And what's nice about that is then you get the 23 bookends, the I am as the bookend. Drupelets. Oh my, it just keeps getting better and better. But there was the Christ, there was the love of the dead center and the Christ there. It's just too perfect. Awesome.